Hello, what is up, everybody? I'm Mary, welcome back. So, to explain the title of this video, which is probably going to be something interesting, I have always been a very clumsy kid. I will just say that now. I would, always cover myself in bruises, just by generally being a dumb kid. I would, not notice that I was tripping over a tree stump, not an actual tree, or walking into a tree or a door or falling off of things, because for some reason I can't just climb things without falling off them. But there have been a couple of times where I've caused scarring, I guess is the best way to put this. Not serious enough injury to need hospital visits, but serious enough injury to leave marks on my body. Permanent marks. Let's see. There was, first of all, the slow-mo faceplant, as I like to call it, has happened twice. The first time was in middle school. I was running after a PE class. We were running to go inside to change our clothes and then get on the bus. And I tripped over nothing, fell, I hit my knees, then my shoulder, then my head, rolled over, hit my arms, and my face. So I flipped head over heels and face planted in front of my entire PE class, and my mother ended up having to come pick me up because I missed the bus sitting in the nurse's office. And I was limping for weeks. It was bad. And then the other slow-mo faceplant happened more recently. I was scootering down the hill near my father's house, and I remember it as being a large bug, like one of those big nasty June beetles that get to this big, hitting me in the chest. So I looked down, because obviously something hit me. I had to look down to see what that was. And when I looked down, I lost control of where I was steering, and I basically fell off the scooter, slid on my knees, and because I was going downhill, I just kept going, so it was the world's slowest faceplant, because I eventually landed on my face, laying there in the middle of the road. I'd been scootering by myself, so I've had to, get myself up off the road and, limp back up the road to my dad's house. I scraped up this entire knee, which already had a scar from previous time when I fell and cut my knee open on a small rock, because I'm just the clumsiest person to ever exist. And yeah, so that was an adventure. There was a lot of blood. It was very interesting. And then let's see. Oh yeah. And then falling upstairs, I actually do quite a bit, because for some reason, unlike a normal human being, I cannot climb stairs at a fast speed without tripping over myself. The worst time was, again, I was middle school age. This was back in one of my mom's old apartments. And I'd been running up the stairs I think I was going to my room. And I tripped, fell, and then slid back down the stairs. Luckily they were carpeted, so it didn't hurt too ridiculously bad, but I still slid down half the stairs. And that was just the first of many times. I still do this. I'll be going up to my science or my math class, and I will trip over my own 2 feet and stumble and almost fall on the stairs at college. Luckily, it's not middle school, so people don't laugh at you for that. They just kind of look at you you okay there? You just suddenly stomped at the top of the stairs. But yeah. So that explains most of that. And then there have been other times where I've just been not paying attention, not paying complete attention to what I'm doing at work. I have burned myself a couple times. The worst one, it left this, which kind of hard to see with this camera resolution, but it's just this brown line on my arm. And I was grabbing the sign off of a top of a food warmer, and I leaned my arm against the metal, And the metal was very hot for obvious reasons, and I didn't quite realize it at first until I looked down and realized that there was a big red line taking up the bottom part of my arm. So that's where that one came from. And then I have one here from getting oil splattered on me because, again, work hazards. It just happens. And then I have one here from not knowing how oven mitts work. I was working a catering job. I went to grab a large tin of macaroni and cheese out of the oven, and I thought the oven mitts were long enough, and they were about that much too short. And the tin touched my arm, and yeah, that hurt quite a bit. But yeah, so I will be back next week with a new video. Not quite sure what it's going to be yet, but then when do I ever plan these things? I don't think there's ever been a moment in the history of this channel where I've actually planned these things, except for last video I did announce it before it happened. I did promise you guys LA Devotee. Which, yeah, so that happened. Alright. Love you guys!